Hello everyone, my name is Aramika Brown, also known as Encyclopedia on the online internet community, and today I'm going to give you some sewing tips on making valances. For starters, you would want to ensure that you have properly measured your window, the width of it, to determine the size that you are going to need. Now after that, you would then take your fabric and you would make sure your measurements are twice the width of the window to ensure that you have a full valance. Your next set of measurements that you would look at is the length of the valance. Generally about a third of the full length of your window would be the length that you would choose for your valance. Now let's talk about a couple of types of valances there are. Now there are many different types, but if you're looking at a tap top valance, once you have your measurements, you want to add an additional 4 to 6 inches around the edge for when you're hemming it and sewing it along the edge. If you have your tab top, you also want to make sure you have additional fabric to attach the tab top that is going to be the means in which you hang your valance onto your curtain rod. A second type of valance that you can do is a rod pocket valance. And that's basically like, just as simple as a curtain, but just shorter. So what you would do is you would utilize the same measurements as we talked about before, adding the difference to ensure that you have enough space to create your sleeve or the pocket in which your curtain rod will slide into. A third and last valance that we'll talk about is the scarf or swag valance. And that's generally when you're not using a curtain rod for that. You're basically draping it over the top of the rod. You don't need any pockets or tabs for that one. And the only thing you have to decide for that is how long you want it. Do you want it to just drape across the top of the window, or do you want it to frame the side edges of the window, thereby cascading down to the floor? And the fabric you choose for that, you can either choose to hem the edges or not, since it's being draped over the window. And those are some simple techniques and tips on how to sew a valance. Thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Aramika Brown, and if you have any questions, you can reach me at e@cocktailsandthread.com.